different like no other roti lah. So different. Memang totally. If we eat this one, well, we need more. We eat. Very very delicious.
因为我觉得 Rotiboy 这个牌子很正宗啊，就是它味道就很正宗。
Saya suka Rotiboy sebab dia ada buttermilk bun.
Nobody likes to be led by the nose, but perhaps we should make an exception for the Rotiboy bakeries and the bun they are famous for. After all, just one aromatic whiff and you know there's a Rotiboy nearby.
My name is Hirotan. I'm the founder of Rotiboy, and Rotiboy has been in Malaysia for more than 20 years now. The purpose actually is not opening a bakery. It's more on trying to build something for myself and for people around me.
The story started from a bakery in Bukit Mertajak, a small town in Penang, Malaysia in 1998. The first Rotiboy was a neighborhood bakery which baked fresh breads and loaves for household, kids to bring to school, and cakes for birthday celebrations. The name Rotiboy has its beginnings in a bond between the founder and his nephew. Even the logo is fashioned after the child's facial features.
When I opened Rotiboy, I'm actually leveraging on the strength and expertise of my second sister, who was in the bakery business for more than 20 years already that time, and also my younger brother, who is also in the bakery business. So that's how that happened.
In 2001, Rotiboy left Penang driven by the new ideas and concepts in the retail bakery. As the capital city of Malaysia, Wisma Centre in Kuala Lumpur was chosen as the target to open the second outlet. This is because of its bustling and crowded environment, which is good for business expansion. Since then, Rotiboy business continued to grow and gain fame with a speedy rate and started to open many more outlets.
It's quite huge success for us, okay, because we are targeted for this year is about 50 outlets, but now it's going to achieve around 50 outlets already.
The warehouse, as known as the headquarters of Rotiboy, is located in Rawang, Malaysia, where all the central productions and preparations are made. Every day, fresh doughs are produced and sent out in frozen form to all the outlets in Malaysia.
For all Rotiboy products, okay, we actually prepare in the day, in the morning before opening. So every of the products served to the customer is the fresh bake, fresh making, and then whole operation is freshly made from the front line. Yeah.
The Mexican bun is the signature bun of Rotiboy. What started out as a brand name also evolved into the name of the one bun that rules them all.
The combination of the filling and the topping give you a taste, a very unique taste that is very difficult to describe. Often people who haven't tried the bun ask me, how does the bun taste like? I said you gotta eat it in order to know it, right? But it's more or less like a first kiss.
Besides Mexican bun, there are also other hot-selling buns available in Rotiboy stores, including Buttermilk Boy, Mocha Boy, and Curry Boy, which are all being sold with affordable prices. In 2003, Rotiboy started the bun revolution that went global, starting from Singapore.
At that time, I was intern software engineer in Singapore. So Hero came to Singapore to visit, and then we sat down and he sold me a big vision about Rotiboy. He sold me a vision of bringing the brand globally, how he wants to impact people's life with the brand. So I joined the company, then that was in 2004. So we started with Singapore, and then after that we moved to Thailand. So from Thailand, I was living in Thailand for about 2 years, expanding the business. From there, I was supporting Indonesia market as well. And then from Indonesia, I went to Korea, South Korea, Seoul. Basically, it's Hero and myself, both of us. You know, we started from no system to developing a franchise system. I find it really interesting because our franchise system helps a lot of people who wants to venture into business but don't know what they want to do. So it gives people a lot of opportunities. People actually make a lot of money from taking Rotiboy's franchise, in other countries.
With the agenda driven by the freshly baked one bun that rules us all, the brand was popularized with the signature Mexican bun. With its tastiness and affordable price, Rotiboy bun gained more and more reputation in various countries and has no doubt attracted consumers from all nations and all races with the speciality of buns and all the products itself.
Yeah, so literally see Rotiboy brand grow from being a Malaysia brand to an international brand.
As you expand the business, as you grow, sometimes cash flow becomes an issue. And lack of cash causes the company to maybe to stop operating, even though they can be profitable. Right? So those are the challenges that we face in the beginning. We have operated and closed in at least 4 to 5 countries. Singapore is our second market. Right? After Malaysia, we went to Singapore, and the first few stores actually did quite well. Right? But I think lesson learned from Singapore is that not two markets is the same. So what they can continue to work well in Malaysia may not work well in Singapore. Secondly is that we probably didn't pay much attention to branding at that point in time. We are mainly focused on selling and selling. Probably one of the reasons why we have quite a number of copycats and all that in Singapore is also because the lack of our branding activity. So whenever people talk about Rotiboy, they will think about the bun, but not necessarily our bun. So that is the thing. So when you say Pampers today, but you go and buy Huggies. So the lack of branding not only is reflected by what happened in Singapore, it's more evident in Thailand, because at one point we actually had 42 brands operating in Thailand. And after Thailand, we found out that another challenge for us is that we became so famous for the bun, right? So much so that when we try to sell some other things under the same brand, you find that people don't quite appreciate it. They only think about the bun. So if they don't want the bun, they are not coming. It's as simple as that, right? So to a certain extent, we are a victim of our own success. So the whole Rotiboy journey is not about success per se. It's also about where we didn't achieve success.
And especially a brand that is started from a very small town that is not even on the map. So to be able to put Rotiboy on the global map is an aspiration. And to serve the customer with our best service and products and our values, that's definitely one of the aspirations too.
Despite all the challenges Rotiboy faced, the brand has never thought of giving up. With their perseverance, hard work and efforts, they have successfully become an international brand that their outlets can be found in different places such as Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, Saudi Arabia and China. To achieve this success, Rotiboy never forgets to return what it gets from the society through the corporate social responsibility programs.
Rotiboy as an institution is the realization of a desire by the founder to build something that can support his passion and aspirations, and at the same time to be able to contribute to and make a positive difference to the people around him.
Rotiboy's aim is to put people first. It is something the founder believes in. He has received help unlooked for at certain points in his life, and now he looks to giving back to those he can and to pass on the kindness. He believes that God has given him the necessary gifts to fulfill his dreams, which includes the responsibility of taking care of others.
This is good and is in line with our company culture. We do believe we care and we love people around. We just want to share.
Saya berasa amat bangga kerana Rotiboy dapat mendekati gelandangan yang tidak bernasib baik seperti kita. So kita dapat memberi sumbangan yang baik kepada mereka.
And of Rotiboy, in his aspiration to touch and make a positive difference to the lives of the people of this world. It is not what we choose to do, it is what we do.
To be a global brand that touch the lives of people, and through our product, our services and our values. So that has always been the foundation of what we do. We are not after immediate short-term success. We are looking at more of a long-term success in order to leave a legacy, right? To build something that can last beyond our time. To say that we are very successful today, despite the fact that we are in a few overseas countries, overseas market. So going forward, we will continue to develop the local market. We will also continue to develop the overseas market. Maybe more emphasis will be placed in the overseas market because we are an Asian brand. We still have a lot of opportunity and scope to export our product and our expertise overseas.
The company is at a stage where we are experiencing change and growth in a very aggressively next year. So we are hoping to attract more talents to join the company to help the business to grow even further.
And we need to continue to lay the foundation for us to be able to be strong enough to develop a structure that enables us to be able to handle all the challenges that comes forward. For the past 20 years, this brand has single-handedly brought us to where we are today. And of course today, while we have many other product variety to depend on, but basically we still depend quite significantly on this particular product. Right? So at the end of the day, if you really want to know why, then I think it's a gift. It's God-sent product for us. We have come a very long way. But I believe that there is still a much longer and a much more challenging journey ahead.
So this is a story about Rotiboy. Within a span of 20 years, through its recipe of love and buns of bliss, Rotiboy has celebrated the lives of many by creating simple pleasures that its products offer. Having baked over 400 million Rotiboy buns to date and still baking, Rotiboy endeavors to continue touching more lives in the world by bringing bliss and happiness to one and all.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I can continue to support Rotiboy.